fun, easy project for you. We're going to make an infinity scarf, but first we're going to decorate the fabric with couching. Once you start couching, the possibilities are endless. I'm just going to warn you, creativity to the extreme. So let's take a look at the supplies. Your Brother machine might already come with a couching foot, so check that. If not, you can order this attachment. This basically just attaches to your machine, and this will hook on the back. You'll run the yarn through each of these, which you'll see in a moment, and then through one of these holes. Very simple to do. I have a piece of fabric here. This is just a lightweight cotton. I've already washed it and dried it, so it's ready for a scarf, and it is cut 18 inches wide by 40 inches long. If your fabric is only 36 inches long, that's fine too. Just 18 inches wide, and then however wide your fabric is. I also have various yarns here in different colors. I thought these would look pretty good on this gray, so you have to imagine all of these are going to go on here. And just make sure that the yarn isn't too thick, otherwise it won't fit through these little holes here. Before I attach this to the machine, I think you'll see it easier from here. See those 3 holes? That's where your yarn has to go through, and you can choose any of them. I'm going to use the center. Here's just a beading needle, and I'm going to run this through the bottom, through that center hole, and I have metallic thread on there. I just find this really easy and simple. This is how I get that yarn in that hole. So I have a little loop here at the end. I'm going to take my first color of yarn. I'm going to feed the yarn through the hole in the thread, just like that. It's a little bit difficult to see, but hopefully you'll catch on. Just pull that. Through to the other side. There's also a little wire piece that comes with this that you could use that or dental floss, but this is just what I find to be the easiest. So my yarn is fed through the hole. I'm going to attach this to the foot of the machine, and we're ready to go. So we've already inserted the yarn like I just showed you, and now we're just going to attach this to the foot area. Depending on what Brother machine you have, you might have to add a shank like I did to this one, but the directions will show you how. Basically, just put this on and tighten the screw, and you're ready to go. I'm going to turn the machine just a little bit so you can see. There's a little hole right here in the back. That's where this section will go. This is what you're going to feed the yarn through. It just snaps right into place. So the yarn will feed through here and through this section and then through your foot. So I have the yarn fed through both sections here, and then just let a bunch of yarn run free. I usually just kind of give myself a lot and leave the yarn back here. If you have a little basket or a little cup or something, a bowl, you could throw that in that. I just leave it to the side. You'll see how easy this is. I'm also going to change the setting on my machine for quilting. That will lower the presser feet and allow me to stitch. I also want to make sure I choose the center needle position so it captures the yarn. Double check that your yarn is run through with no twisting. Give yourself a lot of extra so nothing pulls. I'm just using a regular polyester thread. I chose gray just because I figure you won't be able to see that much. You'll probably want to test it. And just maneuver your fabric wherever you want to start. I kind of find it easiest to start at one end, and I'm just going to swirl and make designs all the way down. I find it easiest to pull a little bit of yarn out, and I almost guide it through there to make sure that nothing's missing. You can see that the needle's just capturing the yarn no matter which direction I go. And when you get to the end of one side, just kind of work your yarn around and flip your fabric over and continue down the other side. We're ready to change colors, but I want to show you one more way you can thread this yarn. I find it easier to guide the yarn myself, but there is a small hole right here. Just slide your yarn right through there. Use the needle to help if you can't quite get that in there. Just pull that out a little ways, and then remember, here's from the bottom side, I'm going to put in my beading needle. Guide the yarn through there and just pull this back to the other side. So now the yarn goes through this little slot and then down the center needle. So whichever way you prefer. Put the new color in, start at one of the edges and just start again. And you can see if you use that little area for the yarn to go through, you don't necessarily have to hold it yourself. Whichever way you prefer, I actually kind of like to hold it because I can maneuver where it goes, but whatever floats your boat. So you can tell by looking at this, there's really no rhyme or reason for the design. I just added yarn everywhere. I did circles and swirlies, everything. You can't mess this up. So now we're going to make the scarf. And the next thing that we're going to do is take the fabric and fold it with right sides together. So we have the one long piece here. So this is the long edge. This would be the 40-inch length edge. And you're just going to stitch that with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So right sides together, go stitch that, and I'll be right back. Once you have that entire seam sewn, just stick your hand inside this scarf and turn it right side out. We're almost there. So now we have to go for the twist. This is really simple, but just follow along. So here's the seam that we were talking about. This is the entire seam right on the side here. Just make sure it's all lined up and the scarf is perfectly straight. Just like this. Now we're ready for the twist. So you imagine the seam line is going all the way down the side. Make sure that it's straight, not skewed. And basically, if you were going to just take this and fold this over in half, just like this, that would not be a twist. That's just perfectly folded in half. But that's where you start. Now you take this end, leave it where everything's straight, take this end and twist it once. Just once, and lay it right on top of this other. So now I have a side seam that's right here and a side seam that's right here. Just take that and then you're going to pin it with right sides together. Now you're not going to be able to get all the way around, but you're going to be able to get quite far. I'm just going to finger press my seam allowance open to create a little bit less bulk. And I can go a little bit further. I'll be able to go a little bit further on the sewing machine, but basically, with right sides together now, I'm ready to start stitching. And I'm just going to start right here at this edge, go to the sewing machine, and do a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around. And you'll have a gap about that much that's left. So I stitched all the way around, and I end up with a little bit of a hole here. Just go ahead and flip this to the right side. So I have this much more to sew. Let's see, just a little bit. So you have a couple of options. You can hand stitch that close, or just take it back to the machine and do just a little bit of top stitching, which is what I'm going to do. But other than that, your scarf is finished. This scarf is so simple, for yourself or as a gift. You're going to love this one. Again, I'm Angela Wolf. For more sewing tips and tutorials, be sure to visit brothersews.com. Until next time, happy sewing!